I saw a post from Cyno's voice actor saying that he purposefully made Cyno's voice lines softer when talking about Tighnari because he knew people liked the ship. He knew people would like the ship. I was like, yep. How far would I be behind if 1.2 is the last I played? Okay, so the story itself is not too bad. It's when you do all the exploration and the side quests to like to unlock certain parts of zones and stuff like that. That's when it gets really long. So like I feel like you'd probably be spending a decent amount of time catching up, but there's a lot of content that's just like
what should I do now?
side quests that you might be able to just come back to later.
Excuse us. Has something happened?
The exploration is hard to
I appreciate
avoid.
the concern, but who are you?
But yeah, you'd have quite a bit of catch up.
Ah, friends of Cyno. Well, I suppose it's not a secret or anything. Since you two are interested, I'll just lay it out for you. My name is Nabil. I'm a Matra in the academia. A case involving the smuggling of canned knowledge has come to our attention recently, but unfortunately, we don't have the people to handle it at the moment.
Huh? You mean the academia is short on Matra right now?
Well, not exactly. I suppose the main problem is that the case suddenly came up after General Mahamatra Cyno left to go somewhere. It would be a real headache for us to tackle the case ourselves. Given the large scope of the issue, we talked things over internally and decided that we should find further assistance from outside the Matra. If you two have some time,
if you find that you're behind, I would just story quest. Just like try not to get too distracted and story quest.
Yes, large amounts of canned knowledge from unknown origins have been appearing on the market recently. We suspect there's a secret route being used to move the capsules. According to some research, using large amounts of canned knowledge could lead to some serious consequences. And unfortunately, most people have yet to realize that. Rumors also have it that some particularly dangerous canned knowledge has made its way into the market.
I think the log's a little bit better about
Regardless of whether the
indicating
rumors
which
are true or
one,
not,
which quest blocks
this
what
case
now.
calls for urgent action.
Don't quote me on that.
According to our current leads, it's highly likely that there are dealers selling canned knowledge outside the city, even as we speak. If you two could, please
I think
help
if you
us
like click on the
investigate
quest,
area.
it'll be like you can't do this quest unless you do this one, and then you can click that, and then it'll take you into your log to show you which quest is in the way. If I remember correctly now. I think I might have one of them in my log, maybe. I might have cleaned it out. No, I don't have it anymore. I did have a quest I was blocking, another one. Those glowing mushrooms are so cool at night. Hold on. This zone's just too good at night not to just make it nighttime all the time. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Beautiful. Hi, doggo. Back there.
Huh? It's Cyno. What are you doing here?
Ah, it's you two. I knew I sensed a
Do I
familiar
have a favorite
presence.
character?
I'm currently
Xiao.
in the middle of an
I'm a Xiao
investigation
stan.
here. We'll have to chat some other time.
I wish I was better at playing them. Because I freaking love the character so much.
There's been a recent case of canned knowledge smuggling. It seems that the smugglers are following an elaborate and dangerous scheme. I just happened to acquire some intel which led me here.
Hey, what do you know? We're investigate that.
I see. Well, the situation might be more problematic than you anticipated. I've already questioned several people, but gained very little information.
Your
Long story short,
PTS so
I
lucky.
was able to learn of the secret
Well,
location
Pimpy's
where
not.
the canned knowledge
Pimpy's
is
not
being
on stream
sold.
right now, so we can't use
You're
Pimpy
welcome to
TTS
accompany
right
me if
now.
you're interested.
Who's the character you like playing most? Right now it's Cyno. Cyno is really fun to play.
Whoa, that sounds pretty complicated. But having Cyno around will definitely make things easier. Alright, let's go round up those bad guys.
What am I doing? Quest I haven't opened. Where'd that Sealy go? Come on, there was a Sealy in the background of this cutscene, but which direction? There we go.
Is this all you got? Seems even less than last time.
What difference does it make? If you see something you like, buy it. If not, then keep walking.
They've been cracking down on us lately, so we don't have much on hand. You see something that catches your eye, then now's your chance. There's no
Hi,
telling when we'll have
Board. Thanks
more.
for my candy.
What does the academia think they're doing? All right, I'll take these here. Let me see what
Board.
else you have. I don't see any real gems in this batch. It's all pretty ordinary stuff. Whatever. How much do I owe you?
Yeah, Kazu had an 80 and
150k. Show us
70?
the Mura, and you'll get the
Nice.
goods.
crap.
Put the Mora down and your hands up.
Now you just gotta continue the story so we can do
It's
domains
Cyno.
together. Because all my domains and
When's he ever
bosses
gonna
are in
let up?
Sumeru. Some of my
forget
stuff
the
is in
goods. Let's
Mondstadt,
split.
but all the stuff I need to farm is
But
in.
don't forget the Mura!
I'll help you farm whatever you need, though, as always.
Done! Not so fast! You can't escape with Paimon on the case!
Did Paimon just make the Law and Order sound?
What is this? He's got backup now? Doesn't everyone say Cyno works alone? Ugh, I don't like the looks of this. Either way, it's gonna be a tough fight. Any ideas?
Both.
It's over. It's not like we're making a big cut anyway. I'm not losing my life here.
I have Cyno,
Did they really
and
just
this is
give up
their
like
story.
that?
Just like the others I've caught. They're not deep in the circle, just dealers at the bottom of the chain. All right, I have one question and one question only. Where did you get this canned knowledge?
Cyno compared to Razor.
Well,
Poor Razor,
the
man.
pickup location is different every time. The boss tells us where it's gonna be, and
Poor
that's
Razor.
it. We don't get a say in it. He sends someone every 5 days to bring us the goods.
Cyno's
And
what,
when is the
what
next batch coming?
Razor should have been.
I don't know.
He's telling the truth. Honest. Normally, we should have received a shipment 3 days ago, but we didn't get anything. The stock we have right now is from 8 days ago, which is why there isn't much left.
I know exactly why they didn't receive their last batch. 3 days ago
Razor
is
did
exactly
get-
when I started my
Get a cute
investigation.
moment during the Mondstadt
suspect
event.
who's ever
That is
running
fair.
this whole thing
They
knew that
definitely
I was
tried to be
coming.
like, "Hey, sorry, Razor
So they
fans.
cut all
I know we just
contact with these
overwrote you by
dealers.
giving you
When
Cyno."
you were trying
But
to escape, you said
here's a
something
cute
about
story.
me working alone. Where did you hear that from?
Are you kidding? We've known your name since day one in this business. The boss warned us to watch out and even gave us info about you. But here we are. I guess we never stood a chance.
They already knew all about me and were trying to avoid being detected from the very beginning. These small fries are the only ones they leave out in the open. And no matter how many we catch, it won't further our investigation. If only we had
I
another
don't know.
lead.
They tried to
Like a merchant who sells large amounts of canned knowledge.
set up some story with the letter from
Oh, you mean someone like
What's
that?
his nuts?
Nothing?
when they were like, "We encountered
Do you have a potential suspect?
the
You'd better
But they were
bring
all the
them
way
to
up
me for
north, to be
judgment.
fair. So maybe that's just as where we're going next.
Judgment?
That's right. I won't turn a blind eye on any dangerous suspect.
But like,
Uh,
we're talking about the
sounds like we shouldn't
harbinger
ever
that
let
was
Cyno meet
up
Dory.
north. I don't actually know where. I think they're a little further up there. I need a resolution of Albedo and Susbedo story. Never got resolution for that. That was long enough ago. I don't remember. We didn't get resolution for that. Oh shit. Barca. There we go. Thank you.
I see. Anyway, I'll think of a way to deal with these two and then continue gathering information. If you manage to learn anything, you can find me at Caravan Rebot. And as for you, I don't ever want to catch you buying canned knowledge again. If you possess any unused knowledge capsules, then you should submit them to the authorities immediately.
Okay, I got it. Just keep your nose out of my business.
Hey, what's with the attitude, mister?
What, you got a problem with that too? Listen, buying canned knowledge is a deal between two people, the buyer and the seller. We don't need people like you butting in on our business
Do you
here.
remember where they get
Think
the canned
about it.
knowledge from?
If the academia is hoarding something as convenient and useful like canned knowledge, then they must have been planning only to use it for themselves. Am I right?
The academia has clearly published the potential dangers of canned knowledge. I don't like having to repeat things. And besides,
Does
I'm
this
sure you wouldn't
story,
listen
this character
anyway.
story, take place before the most recent, like the most recent chapter in the story? I'm trying to understand where Cyno is, like, mentally right now. Did this happen before the most recent story chapter? I feel like this is like, yeah, like, I feel like this is like right before we meet Cyno. You think Cyno is before? That's what it feels like. I'm like, this feels really weird after just doing the most recent story quests. I don't think I've played Jungin enough to note it.
I just hope you understand that your actions are what fuels the smuggling of canned knowledge. If I ever catch you again, I will personally see to it that you are punished.
You have to have done the
All right,
most recent
Traveler.
story
I
to
need to go now.
before you can do this. Do you? I have no idea. I just did all my story, so I wasn't paying attention.
You think you can
Yeah,
scare
I usually
me?
play with JP voices, but this is easier for stream
Why don't we go
and
talk
for
to
those who are
Dory?
lurking.
She's got loads of connections and might be able to tell us something about all this.
I play in English on
If I
stream.
remembers correctly, she's usually at the Palace of Alcazar's array. Let's go.
Like, I'm a big fan of Cyno's voice actor, and I'm a big fan of Ito's voice actor. So sometimes I like to swap to English because I really like those two. I ended up keeping her.
I see. So that's the latest scoop.
At that time, I was still using Noelle for all my healing.
Otherwise, who knows where I'd have to be hiding to avoid attention. No idea. Sorry. I've already cashed out of the canned knowledge business. Huh?
Oh.
You mean you stopped selling it? That's right. With so much canned knowledge,
Rory's hair always looks like
it was
bubble gum.
becoming impossible to
Looks like
fetch
chewed
decent
bubble
prices
gum to me.
anymore. Besides, it seems that group of smugglers has practically taken over the market. It's a little rule of mine to never fight for a share of someone else's market. If I'm gonna make Mora, it's gonna be the lion's share. Plus, with regulations getting as tight as they are now, I figured I might as well just hang it up. Aw, sounds like we came all this way for nothing. Well, not completely. Granted, I don't know who's behind all the smuggling activity.
It's
but
portfolio
since you
day
didn't
on
sell me
Twitter.
out, I'll let you in on what
Means
I
all
do
the
know.
artists that I follow are going to be
After all,
posting their
the smugglers have really
portfolios.
crossed the line, butting their way into the market like that. I hope their luck runs out soon so that I can take over. I mean, so that the industry can become more fairly regulated. Hey, you just want to make more business for yourself.
Like Paimon's surprise.
Don't underestimate its value. Think about it. You can gain all sorts of knowledge while bypassing the troublesome process of studying. Naturally, that makes it a product worth a high price. Of course, not everyone needs that kind of knowledge, but in a market as big as Sumeru, there is plenty of demand. Plus, the cost of production is relatively low, so even if dealers have to cover transportation costs, there's still an enormous profit to be made. Then why does the academia prohibit selling canned knowledge? Being able to gain complex knowledge and become a scholar with the snap of your fingers does sound like a dream, doesn't it?
Usually stream
But
during raid? I
everything in
don't.
the world
Impy
comes at a
streams
price,
raid.
right?
I do not. I don't talk during raid,
Gaining knowledge is a complicated process.
and I don't feel like
It
juggling
requires learning, thinking,
talking to
and
chat
practice.
during raid as
Even when
well.
it comes to my
I'd rather
own
just kill
business, I have
bosses,
to go
so
through
I
a
don't.
lot of preparation
don't
before I
stream
put
raid.
anything out for sale.
I'm not very
But with
entertaining
canned
during raid.
knowledge, one may simply skip all the hassle and get whatever they need to know immediately. That inherently leads to at least two potential problems. First, you'll accept the knowledge as factual without a second thought, and you'll find it very hard to forget. This means that if the knowledge is flawed, then it'll be very difficult to correct. And second,
You're gonna stream
excess use of knowledge
6.25
capsules
content?
over an
Oh, hell
extended
yeah.
time
I'm gonna stream the shit out
diminishes
of
your
those
ability to
Criterion
think.
dungeons.
You'll end up becoming like a library that can only store knowledge.
Criterion dungeons,
Oh.
here I come.
That does sound pretty dangerous. Traveler, you used canned knowledge before. Did you feel any negative effects? Of course, using it sparingly is not an issue, which is exactly why I used to sell it. It's just like how medicine can be used to cure diseases, but can also do harm when overused. It all comes down to balancing the right amount. Anyway, back to the point. There'll be consequences if the sale of canned knowledge by those
Does anyone
smugglers
use Dory?
is left unchecked.
Did anyone
And
get
what's worse,
Dory?
you're playing right into their hands by
they
focusing
good?
only on the canned knowledge.
I feel
that's
like I
made its
haven't
way
heard
into the
about
market.
anyone.
As far as I know,
I know
their
that uses
real purpose
Dory.
is to distribute information about the Court of Desolation. That's where the real business opportunity is. The Court of Desolation? What's that?
Bye, Kibu. Thank you again for the raid
It's a
today.
site of ruins from the
We
age
get
of
another
the
shout out for
Scarlet
Kibu
King.
as they go.
It's said that with the treasures inside, one can see
very
beyond
much.
life and death. But any research of the ruins is strictly banned by the academia. Word on the street is that there'll be an auction taking place in the desert. They're auctioning rare canned knowledge, some of which is related to the Court of Desolation.
Oh yeah, they're her glasses.
Once I heard about the auction, I began to suspect that all the canned knowledge popping up on the market is just a
Info
diversion.
Dory, I do.
I'd wager
Oh.
that their real target is the Court of Desolation.
Who is her twin? The only one I can think of is Diona. Yeah.
Because studying those ruins is
I tried to
not
make
just a
Diona
simple
work as
matter.
well.
It requires knowledge spanning several fields. So, if they're aiming to quickly assemble a research team,
I think I only
canned knowledge
bothered
would be
to
the
get
best solution. As for the auction,
Diona to level
chances are they're trying to
50 or
attract
something
and
like
scout
that,
out
and then I was like,
anyone with
meh,
interest
not
or
really my
expertise on
playstyle.
the subject. On the other hand, no one can say for sure that they will ever succeed in finding the Court of Desolation. So, they might as well just make a fortune while they're at it by hyping up the related
I
canned
keep getting
knowledge at the
Yanfei
auction.
too. I keep wanting to make Yanfei work because I would really like having like a source, like
Who
a
knows? We might
magic,
find some leads there.
a focus
That's right.
main DPS
Now that
team
I've
at one
shared all
point.
that
But
valuable info with you, It's time to introduce our limited edition desert travel kit. It comes complete with a map straight to the auction location.
Yeah. I don't remember. I think I'm at like C3 Yunfei.
As I said, I also have to make
I just don't
preparations
have
before I
teammates
sell
for
things,
her.
right?
Not good
Now,
ones, at
let me
least.
consider how much I should sell this for. I've got it. 500,000 mora per kit. That's quite the bargain. We'll even offer a 50% discount for little Paimon's travel kit. Only 250,000 mora. What?
If you get to the
Super expensive.
uh
No need to worry, little one.
constellation where she gets
Cyno's
the
the one heading
barrier,
this
she
investigation,
pops
isn't it?
her
I'll be sure to bill all the expenses to him.
elemental burst, she can
All
go
you'll
pretty
need to
ham.
do is tell him to go to the
Guess
merchant's
I what, like
guild and pay
70,
the bill once the mission is
75%
completed.
barrier or something like that? I can't remember.
Be sure to not send
Is the
him
barrier at
directly here,
C4?
though,
Okay, then
right?
that's probably what I
That
have
would
her
leave
at.
me completely in the open. I'm sure the former General Mahamatra of the Academia would never leave any debt unpaid. Oh, the Mora. I can see it already. Loads of shiny Mora coming Dory's way. We'd better get going. If Dory keeps at it, we'll be out of Mora.
Alright. We got some intel. Whoa. It's me, but in the past.
Cyno! We got news for you. What the smugglers are really after is a chance to research the Court of Desolation. They are hosting an auction in the desert to sell canned knowledge about those ruins.
The Court of Desolation. I won't ask how you came by this intel, but is it reliable?
We
Could
also
be.
heard that the Court of Desolation contains treasures from the time of the Scarlet King. Is that true?
Partially. It was a secret place built by a dark sect from the age of the Scarlet King. The ruins do contain treasures, but the place is also rife with unknown dangers. According to past research, one must forfeit their life as the price of entering.
Oh.
They are not some ordinary ruins.
The diamond in the
So
rough.
the Academia has strictly prohibited any
Tiger
related
Head's gonna
research.
munch.
However, if they are using the canned knowledge as a way to move information and recruit researchers, then I suppose your conclusion does hold some validity. Regardless, we need to go into the desert. Less in recent years, but there are always those who attempt to do so, both inside and outside the Academia. After all, legends claim that whoever obtains the treasures inside can see beyond life and death, or even resurrect the dead. Death is often the greatest grievance for many people. Though they're fully aware that the chance of these rumors being true are slim, they hold tight to such fantasies and pursue them regardless. That's why some continue to research it, regardless of it being a restricted subject. On top of that, it's hard to track the source of information contained in canned knowledge. Do you know where the auction is taking place? Good. We'll go investigate. But before that, we'll have to get rid of these people tailing us.
Da-da-da. I feel like there should just... I just want a drawing
People
of
tailing us?
Cyno and
That's right.
Kazuha just like sniffing
Let's
the ground and
begin
being
to
like,
leave town and see what happens.
smells.
I'm
Smells
sure
like
they'll
we're being
reveal themselves
followed.
as soon as we make a move. Don't worry. I'll make short work of them.
They're like,
That's Cyno for you. But we can lend a hand too, you know.
Kazuha smells everything. Yeah, we'll get Razor in there too. Don't worry. Razor will be in the back. It would be funnier if Razor was the confused one. If we just had Razor extremely fucking confused in the back. It's like, what the hell are you guys doing? Fluff, I'm gonna have to invade your world
Hold it right there.
for your
Heading
scarabs
to the
again.
desert, are we? I would think twice if I were you.
Yes, Cyno really is Razor
Who are
2.0.
you?
So much more improved.
That doesn't matter. All you need to know is that someone wishes to inform you that it's not too late to turn back. You must be Cyno. I've heard a lot about you. You've got quite a reputation. But this time you're in over your head.
Real cute.
Unless you turn around right now, I'm afraid that even you won't return unscathed. And as for you two, why bother sticking your noses in trouble that doesn't even concern you? Hmm?
Hey, the catch is supposed to be an okay pole harm for Candace, but from the sounds of it, you can't seem to get Candace either. Sorry. I'm laughing at your pain. If it counts, Candace is okay.
That's right! We won't just sit back and do nothing!
Ha! Have you really thought it through? You're not just doing this for recognition, are you, Cyno? My employer said that he's willing to compromise as long as you just walk away. He could, for example, reduce the amount of canned knowledge on the market. I'm sure that would help your investigation appear to be successful enough. On top of that, he's willing to give you a cut of the profit. So you see, you get both Mora and a boost to your reputation. I can't think of a reason why you would pass that up.
Is that so? Well, I can't think of a reason why I'd accept. I've heard enough. Get out of my way.
Sorry, no can do.
If it makes you feel any
We're
better,
getting paid
I have
to
Razor
ensure you
use the
disappear.
giant tuna fish.
Since you won't turn back willingly, then we're gonna have
Not
to
because
make
it's good,
you go back.
but just because it's mine and it's a giant fish.
Ugh, this doesn't change anything. You're in over your head, Cyno. There will be others coming for you. You'll regret it. Let's get out of here.
Lamb, yeah.
No need.
We have different outfits
Even
for some
if we
heroes.
apprehend them, there'll be little information to gain.
A lot of times you've been able to get the outfits for the
Besides,
different heroes
might also be a
from
trap.
doing event
I
quests, and
apologize for bringing
then
you
they
into
put
this
them on the
dangerous
shop.
mess.
Kind of like
Just being
holiday
associated
items
with me
in
will
14.
inevitably cause you to become targets as well.
But sometimes they put.
You should be careful from now on. Sleep with one eye open.
Wait!
Sometimes they put
There's no way anyone could
them on
sleep
the
without
shop.
closing their eyes?
for like Fischl's outfit and
You'd be
whatnot.
surprised. Anyway, just be careful. Mercenaries are never quick to forget. In their line of work, even a single failure is bad for
I'm hopeful
reputation.
they'll come out with more outfits.
They may even stay hidden in some dark corner for a very long time, waiting for the right moment to ambush you.
Because currently the outfits they have are for characters
They'll do
I don't
anything
play.
to keep their prestige intact. Yes, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was carrying out a mission with one of my superiors. I didn't have much experience at the time, and I let my guard down after we had closed the case. We ended up being attacked by the remainder of the mercenaries. My superior was injured while protecting me, and we struggled to gain control of the situation. I've become more vigilant ever since, staying alert even while I sleep.
Ooh, who could have seen that coming?
That's fair, Laura.
Was he okay?
How are you
He
enjoying it, by
survived
the
with
way?
a fractured wrist.
If you ever need help with
It took
anything,
2
you can always
months for him
ask.
to recover.
I will kill
But
anything for
luckily,
you.
there weren't any further complications. Last year, he transferred to an administrative role for personal reasons, and no longer participates in live missions. His name is Taj Radkani, a very well-respected Matra. You'll have the chance to meet him someday.
Taj Radkani.
Anyway,
Gotta put that name in
our
memory.
mission will be dangerous. I'm already used to such grueling conditions, but I don't want to see you two get hurt.
Don't worry, Paimon will stay alert. We'll see
Good. Don't worry. It won't be long till we're at the bottom of this. And once this is all over, I'll sweep away any other hidden dangers.
Okie dokie. If you insist. We need to go up. You're on PC and almost never. Yeah.
So hot. If only there
You can do
was some
you can
shade for
do
us to cool
easier
off
character
under.
swaps on mouse and keyboard, which is kind of nice because there's a keybind to like automatically change to the character and perform their burst. Yeah, yep. There's like a keybind where if your like elemental burst is available, you can just like there's a keybind that you can just swap and use your burst. Which is really nice. Controller, we just have to manually swap and hit the button, which is not too bad.
We still have a long way to go, so you'll need to hang in there for a while longer. This is not a good place to rest anyway.
I think you might be right, Sarah. I think it's a function key.
Cyno?
Of course, but I'm accustomed to these conditions.
It's alt character number?
Care to share any tips?
Oh,
Paimon's
no.
about to melt away.
Fortunately,
Just try to stay
fortunately, I
focused.
don't know.
Use your willpower
Probably
to
find it in
support
your
mind.
keybinds.
The moment you start
Option.
to give in
Oh.
is when you'll feel more tired. Take
I
one
quit.
step after another.
Hello, I hope you've
Don't
been
let your mind
enjoying. You
perceive
were
your
playing
body's
Overwatch last night.
limitations.
Thank you for the lurk. At least I think you were.
We must
I
get
don't know if you
somewhere
can
safe
answer.
before
But I
we
hope
can
you've been having
relax.
fun with everything you've been playing. Destiny
Okay,
2. I hope
if
it's been
you
treating
say
you well.
so. But where would be a more safe place to rest? Paimon thinks this is a perfectly safe place to stop. Just look around. It's just sand and desert. There aren't any monsters for miles around. Whoa! Where did these scorpions come from?
Watch out. Something's not right about them.
No?
Whew. Well, Paimon really didn't expect to see those here.
Those weren't just normal scorpions. See? There are marked numbers on their pincers. They were raised by someone.
We just murdered someone's pet? We just murdered someone's pet?
Someone doesn't want us to show up at the auction. These scorpions were sent to keep us away. We are surrounded by desert as far as the eye can see. If we were killed out here, nobody would ever know.
This place is super dangerous. Good thing we didn't let our guard down.
Something's not right. There are no roads in the desert, so how could they know where we are? Stay still.
Oh. Huh. Tracking device?
Here's the answer. It must have planted this on you.
Huh? What is it?
A miniature tracking device made by the Ksharawar. They can use this to discern your approximate location. But this device wasn't licensed for mass production. Where did they get it? Could someone from the Ksharawar also be involved? But that doesn't seem right.
Whoa! Paimon never knew that kind of thing even existed! Why would it be on her?
They probably planted it on the Traveler during our fight with the mercenaries earlier. It was a frantic fight. It's only natural you didn't notice the device.
Well, good thing you were able to find it, Cyno. Now let's get rid of it.
No. Hold on to it for now. It might still be useful for us.
We can
Let's
just
keep heading to the auction.
chuck it into a
It would be
lake.
dangerous to linger here any longer.
That'll be great.
Weird. Is this where the auction is? Yeah, not a single soul. Maybe they're on break right now or something.
We didn't waste any time getting here after we defeated those mercenaries. They shouldn't have been able to give any warning of our arrival. But even so, they still knew we were coming. Someone here must have been watching the tracker and warned everyone to clear out.
See?
Aw, what should
So
we
now
do
what?
now?
We searched the area. They couldn't have moved all the knowledge capsules so quickly. there might still be something left for us to find.
Alright, let's take a good look.
Ordinary canned knowledge. Seems to be nothing to do with the Port of Desolation. A large amount of canned knowledge has been piled here, enough to fetch an extremely large amount of Mora market price. Okay. Hi, bud. What you doing? The Sumpter beat. What they're called? Sumpters? Wait. Gathered footprints. Not been completely buried. Didn't get the rest, but that's...
Did you find anything?
Yeah. Feet.
No, nothing in particular.
It's possible there weren't many knowledge capsules containing info about the Court of Desolation, so they carried those off. But don't worry. I have another idea. You two start heading back the way we came. I will remain hidden here. Come back and meet me here after some time has passed. I'm sure something will come up by then.
It's interesting that Cyno uses the same logic that he used in the story quest at this moment.
They packed up in a hurry and didn't have time to carry off all their goods. They won't just leave them here. Once they think we've left the premises, they'll be back to pick up their belongings. We just need to make sure the tracker goes far enough from here to make them assume that it's safe to come back.
Oh, never mind. It's not for the reason I thought it was. I thought he was having us go back the way we came. Because he figured the group would just use the way we came to go back.
Oh, Paimon gets it. We'll lure them out because they'll think we've left. Okay, we'll start heading away and leave this place to you.
Never mind.
Yes, and don't worry. If they dare to return, I'll make sure they stay.
Okie dokie. See you later.
Ugh, so tired. We've probably gone far enough now, right? Yay. Let's rest for a little while before we go back to find Cyno.
Just skip the time for me. Why doesn't every quest just do a
Probably about
time
time
skip
for us
for
to head
me?
back to the auction. Let's go. Maybe Cyno's finally found some leads.
I don't understand the purpose of the clock other than making the world... Like, I like using the clock to make everything nighttime in Sumeru because I like the glowing plants, but like... Other than that, why do you make me use the clock? Why do you do that? I don't want to have to use it. Are they having a conversation? Wait, don't kill him, please.
Oh, looks like Cyno caught someone.
Hi?
So you're the bad guy behind all this, aren't ya? All right, tell Paimon everything you know.
I didn't act immediately when he showed up. Rather, I laid low and observed for a while instead. He is not the primary instigator, but he is most likely one of the more important dealers here. Am I right?
Am I right?
Yes, impressive. You certainly live up to your reputation, Cyno. If I had any idea you were still around, I wouldn't have gone so greedy.
Huh? Greedy? What do you mean by that?
Once everyone knew you were coming, all the canned knowledge dealers abandoned their goods and fled at once. Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything. Since all the goods were just left here unsupervised, I thought I'd use the opportunity to come back and take what I could. You know, free merchandise is good business, but... I suppose there's no use explaining it now.
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned knowledge, correct? Will you tell us willingly? Or do I need to make you talk?
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps we can take the conversation elsewhere? If we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with you. That would put both me and my family in danger.
All right. Where do you suggest we go?
How about my home in Aru Village? It should be safe there.
It sounds like a trap.
Fine.
Chat, what do we
Let's
think?
head out. You can throw away the tracker now, traveler.
Listen, buddy, you better not try to trick us.
Come on now. Do you really think I'd try to pull anything under Cyno's watch?
Probably.
Seriously, what can I even do?
This sounds like a mastermind. This is a trap. 100%. Look at all the canned knowledge. It's just sitting out here. Oh, what the heck? I want this. I want the pink rock candy. How do I get the pink rock candy? All I've been seeing is the nasty green apple flavor. I want cotton candy rock candy.
Dad, you're back. Oh, we have guests? Hi there.
What if I do not?
This is my daughter, Simi.
Green apple flavor is
She can
poopy.
be a little shy of
Cotton
strangers.
candy and blue raspberries where it's at.
Why don't you run along now, dear? Dad needs to talk with our guests.
Ow! No! So
Everyone
rude.
knows Cyno in our business.
rude.
But let me ask, who are you two?
Hey!
To be honest, I really didn't expect to see Cyno, the lone operator, working with any partners. When I saw the tracker start moving away,
Hey.
I assumed you had decided to just go back empty-handed. But even though you caught me, I'd still urge you to stop while you still can. You should abandon this investigation.
Why is that?
Everything from the manufacturing of canned knowledge to the sales and even splitting the profits. Every step of the process involves dozens, if not hundreds of people. Massive
Fuck you.
profits have brought everyone together in this business. Everyone will try their best to defend this industry that we've worked to build. It will be a long and difficult fight, even for you, Cyno. And even if you manage to win in the end, no one will thank you. If anything, you yourself might even feel remorse. Why are you so bent on putting us out of business?
Everyone has their own reasons for what they do. I don't have to explain mine.
They're just trying to get high on knowledge, Cyno. Let them be.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Right. I forgot to offer tea to our guests. Thank you.
Don't mention it. And, I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little tastier.
Use that cotton candy rock candy. You better not use that
That's
nasty
my
green
girl.
apple stuff I see.
Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next time.
Yes, we do.
Ow!
Okay, I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Didn't you say that everyone's in it for the massive profits? That sure doesn't seem to be the case for you.
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I was hoping to ask
You are
you
now
for a favor.
allowed to boot
My daughter was
Monsoon.
born with a chronic disease.
Hey,
So she has
Dark,
a
thanks so
relatively
much
weak
for
heart
the
and
for the
lungs.
follow. Welcome.
Even slightly strenuous exercise can cause her to faint and prove to be a life-threatening risk. That's why she never really had any friends to play with, and why she locks herself up in her room most of the time. She has to take lots of medicine, and it doesn't come cheap. As for me, I was just an average merchant. I would wake up early and travel all around to make a profit. But the Mora was still nowhere near enough. I could only watch my daughter's health deteriorate day by day. Until one day, someone reached out and showed me a way to really make a profit.
I know it's so
Selling
bad.
canned
They're
knowledge.
just making this harder.
That's right. With all the Mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter. Nothing made me happier than seeing her get better.
The kid's
There
part
are
of the
many
plot.
others
Get
like
him.
me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable crime to you, but to us, it's a means of survival. I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this, Cyno. Give us a way to survive.
Poster.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent the sale of canned knowledge, his daughter will...
God, I'm in a rough place. Hair tie back in my hair. Where it's safe.
I must get to the truth. I can find someone to help treat your child, but I cannot turn a blind eye to the smuggling. These are two completely different issues.
I somehow knew you would say that. But having your word to help my daughter is enough for me. Since you insist on continuing the investigation, you should have a look around the back of my home. You'll find some goods I received just recently.
He's gonna run
I
away.
think everything will become clear to
It's
you
a
once you see
distraction.
them.
Whoa! Look at all of this!
I already found this.
Yes, all neatly packed away and organized in boxes.
Hi, Trance. How
To
far into the
think
game?
That this is
I'm
only
at
one
end
dealer's
game.
worth.
Like I've completed
Small
the
producers couldn't possibly support such a large quantity
story
of goods.
until current content.
Could the academia have a hand in this? But such a volume of goods wouldn't be able to slip through inspection.
Huh? Look! These seem different from the other knowledge capsules we've seen. Maybe they contain knowledge about the Court of Desolation.
They're cotton candy
Yes,
pink.
that would make sense. Wait, what's this? Yes, it's a Matra seal, indicating that the goods have passed Matra inspection. I started to suspect that someone in the academia might be involved when I found the tracker earlier. But how they could ship so much canned knowledge out of the academia was still a mystery. The pieces have now all fallen into place. With this Matra seal, goods can leave the academia without undergoing a second inspection. No wonder they don't want me to investigate. It turns out that a Matra is behind this. Even I find it hard to believe. Could I ask you for a favor, Traveler?
Sure.
Since all this canned knowledge came from the academia, then it's highly likely that the knowledge regarding the Court of Desolation originated from research files stored within the academia. If we can enter the repository, we can find out who accessed these files. But, considering my current status, if I suddenly show up at the academia now, it will only draw unnecessary attention. You'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a letter to Nabil, and he'll take you there.
This part feels like it follows.
Leave it to us!
This part feels like it
I'll also
follows
keep
the
working here in
current
the meantime.
story.
Although our leads are all currently pointing to someone within the academia.
And the part before
It's
felt like
obvious
it
that
was
they
in
also
the
have
middle.
power outside of it. We can get more information on other dealers from Bahari.
Maybe this is
I'll
after the
stay
most
here
current
and make
story.
some preparations.
This feels weird.
You can come find me anytime if you
Feels like it
uncover
was
more
written by
info.
two separate people, but then they had to agree upon the fact. It's Cyno's kind of sketch with the academia. I don't know. Feels weird. Oh, you got locked into a world quest? Oh, no
Hello,
worries.
We meet again.
I'll do this quest.
How's the investigation going? Oh, so you were able to find
I can always
Cyno
just go
after all.
kill the
I hope he's
electro
doing all right.
plant. Always just go kill the electro plant and dump my resin in there because I can like one-shot that thing.
I read the letter and must admit that I hadn't expected things to be so serious. Sorry. Had I known it would be so dangerous, I never would have gotten you two involved.
It's alright. We wanted to help Cyno too.
I can tell that he really trusts you. The research files stored away in the restricted repository
That's
are
just too-
far from ordinary. Everything there
accusing
is
me,
essentially about dangerous
Nabil?
research that's forbidden by the academia. Even I don't usually have authorization to enter, but with this letter from Cyno, it shouldn't be a problem.
think Nabil is our inside man.
That's right. Granted, the academia is very supportive when it comes to research. They encourage scholars to conduct all kinds of studies. However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step in and put
You
a
need
stop
the
to
ice
that.
plant guy? I'll kill the
Normally,
ice
after
plant
some
guy with
particular
you.
research becomes prohibited, majority of the related files will be destroyed. But some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Such information is
I
kept in the
think
restricted
I
repository,
should be able to join your
which is
world.
heavily guarded. Follow me. I'll show you. Hopefully, we'll find the answers that Cyno is
I
looking
think there's
for.
only restrictions going up, not going
Restricted
down.
repository. Sounds kinda dangerous. We'd better keep an eye out.
Yeah, let me know when you're good, Lara, and I'll come do ice plant.
Okay, I understand. Since Cyno is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you. You may browse the information regarding the Court of Desolation. Ask me if you have any questions. But I'd suggest avoiding any other research files. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh. 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 Uh-huh.
Huh.
Yeah.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it.
I think Nabil sucks.
This is a first for both you and me.
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, there are very few who I feel could be trusted with a real
Ow!
secret. Cyno happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well. The files
I'm
are
just
over
doing
there.
good things.
Just make it quick.
Search the clues in the repository. Alright, what's this? Oh boy. Sealed materials, the Court of Desolation. Alright, time to put my reading pants on. Chat, you ready? Oh, how should I read this? Should we read it slow? Should we read it fast? Should I read it probably with a lot of typos? Because I can't read in the first place. Despite repeated prohibitions, you wear them on your head. Research on the Court of Desolation in the past decade has increased without ceasing. Researchers who study the history of the Court of Desolation mainly go through 3 stages: discovery, investigation, and fanaticism. The earliest stage of research is the relatively basic discovery phase, which causes little to no harm. The results of their discoveries will show that treasures related to life and death may be hidden within the Court of Desolation. This is also where the rumor of the bringing the dead back to life may begin. Following the initial phase of the prologue. Oh yeah, I need your friend ID as well, Lara, for me to join you. Following the initial phase of prolonged investigation phase, all documentation regarding the location of the Court of Desolation has been vague at best. As a result, the structure itself has never been truly discovered. Many researchers deplete their resources searching in the desert, only to find a scant few remaining stone tablets with the words, "Entering the Court of Desolation comes at the price of one's life." 2 different interpretations of the line may quickly emerge as results. Some believe that the price of one's life is the key to entering the Court of Desolation, while others assert that it is the requirement for the court to appear. Because the Court of Desolation has never been discovered, the latter view gradually became mainstream. As a result, many researchers went, in a short period of time, overtaken by their fervent desire to make the Court of Desolation appear, they attempted to sacrifice their lives. Relevant research became increasingly dangerous and was eventually banned. But even after that, many academia scholars secretly continued their research. It is not until 7 scholars, including Murtada Radkani, were arrested that research into the Court of Desolation entered a period of stagnation once again. Read it like you can't pronounce the words or like you've never heard them spoken phonetically. That's me reading most of the time. That's me reading most of the time. The fact that I got through this pretty alright is impressive. I actually kind of think the font that they used for Genshin, weirdly enough, is really easy for me to read, because there's certain fonts that are really nice for dyslexia and some that are just like not dyslexic friendly. The Genshin one's not too bad. I feel like I have, obviously the words in Genshin aren't nearly as obtuse as the ones in 14, but still, I feel like I can make it through like a chunk of Genshin text a lot easier than me just reading like a regular document.
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet?
Yeah, I'll grab your mod. Or your code in mod.
Huh. It reminds Paimon of Cyno's former partner.
His former partner? That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off. Murtada Radkani was Taj's only son.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even Cyno didn't know about it.
No. Unfortunately, there isn't. He took his own life not long after he went to prison. You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. Every Matra knows him.
Oh no.
I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and honesty, and has made countless achievements. His reputation goes back a long way now. He used to be Cyno's only partner. Taj is also skilled with the pole
Now
arm,
Cyno just
so the
works
two of them used to
alone.
practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Cyno mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an administrative position. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Murtada incident.
Taj was already very well known by the time Murtada was born. So when Murtada came to study at the academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Murtada was caught studying the Court of Desolation, which is in violation of academia rules. Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He begged for leniency, but Taj wouldn't agree.
Oh.
Shortly after, Murtada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl. By the time Taj arrived at the scene, it was already too late. He never had a last chance to see his son. Since then, Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had no idea that happened. That must be really hard for Taj. I've never heard him mention that to anyone.
I wouldn't want to either.
That's awful. Paimon feels terrible now. Are you okay, Traveler?
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now. Possible. Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research, but this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulations. Never.
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect. Because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation. There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the academia without anyone ever noticing.
But even so,
I suppose
according to the legends,
if anything,
the
Taj
treasures inside
probably
the Court of Desolation could allow
doesn't want
someone
his
to see
son's
beyond
life
life
to go
and
to
death,
waste.
or even bring the dead back to life, right? So maybe Taj is trying to bring Mortada back. Though I don't really believe
That or
Taj
he
would ever
thinks
try to do
Mortada's death
something like that.
opened up the way.
I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job
Want
of the
his son
Mantra
to
to
die
find the
in
truth
vain.
and track down criminals. Do you have any questions? If not, it'd be best if you would leave now.
Oh, I hope there's not a part 2 to Cyno's story. I want the end.
Kinda
I want the end to
confused.
this.
What should we do from here?
oh, now that I think about it, Cyno suspected that the canned knowledge was coming from within the academia, right? There's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Maybe we could try asking people around the gate of the academia and see what we can find. Don't worry, Tosh. I won't let your reputation be tarnished.
Alrighty then, let's go ask around.
Why does Cyno have this really cool uniform as a Matra, and then everybody else is just dressed like an NPC from Sumeru? Your text information manual. I already read, right? Yeah. It's been good. We're in the month of spookiness, so I've been checking out a bunch of horror games. Oh, what have you played lately? I'm looking for recommendations. I'm playing Madison on Thursday, and then I'm playing Poppy's Playtime next week. So I've got those 2 lined up. But I still need to close out the month.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods
Yeah, I'm
leaving
playing
the academia
Madison
recently?
on Thursday.
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Oh, nice! You get your non-bow fire user then. I thought you hated spooky games? I do. I do not like spooky games. But it's Spooktober, so here I am.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day. Everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for
Checked out
experiments.
World of
It's
Horror.
normal for goods to be coming in
Fantastic.
and out.
There's still more focus around
Right, but we're
investigations.
looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any
No
like that?
style horror situations.
That
Also
I'm
checking
not
out
too sure of.
Found
I
Mine.
normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any
Highly
seals or
recommend.
not.
I have never
Maybe
heard of
you should
either of
ask someone
those, but
else.
I'm really out of touch with like horror games. There was one bit that really freaked me out watching it. So unnerving. Best of luck. Oh no. I had it in my Steam library already, so I was like, I guess we'll try it out. It looks really scary, so I'm really
Excuse
really
me, have you
praying
seen
I'll
any
be
large
okay.
shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
It gives me
Just
huge
checking to
layers of
ensure
fear
nothing
vibes,
unusual
and
has
I
happened.
really don't want to play that game.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know
Mac
what
game,
happened?
art style,
A man
similar
named
to
Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the
Pretty
goods
rad, strongly
personally
recommend
and ordered me to
one
leave the researcher
regardless of
alone.
stickiness.
I couldn't question his word, could I?
I'll keep it in mind for anyone who
Possible.
wants a recommendation.
There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would ever...
Hey, congrats, Laura. Nice. And the puzzles are quite challenging. I'm excited for the one thing that like I was like, okay, I might be able to get through it is because I really like puzzles. I usually can get past some of the spooky for the sake of puzzles, but I don't know. We'll see.
No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him. Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire. But Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumeru City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
No way. Taj is just like Cyno. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There's no way that he would... Fine. Looks like there's no other choice.
I'm just start investigating
Hey,
Taj.
Don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
Yes, Madison is on Thursday. Spoopy games are on Thursday this month. Oh, look, dog. Taj's dog. Hi, doggo.
So, this is Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, what should we do then? Do we break in?
Ow!
No.
That apple went for a
Wait,
spin.
The door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry? Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission. You're right. Even if we apply for a warrant now, we won't be able to do anything until tomorrow at the earliest. This is an emergency. I just hope Taj doesn't mind. What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes. This is definitely Taj's handwriting. These papers look like records. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the scale of this smuggling case is absolutely massive. The whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous scholars, merchants, mercenaries. I have a feeling that Cyno might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own. You're right, that's just who he is. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to Cyno and let him decide how to proceed.
A long story quest. Oh, maps. Okay. I probably kind of know where that is, sort of.
Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts. And I suspect that he might already be at the Court of Desolation as we speak.
Your notifications are coming in late.
I don't want to
They're a little
suspect
delayed.
it, but I also
Oh,
don't
hi,
know him
egg
very
roller.
well.
Hello.
Maybe Cyno will know what to do.
Well, Cyno, what do you make of it?
Oh, it's not on autoplay.
Taj. It's been a while since I last saw him. From what I remember, he is a straight-laced man. Although he would resort to extreme measures from time to time, he would never do anything against his beliefs.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change. Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons, we have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's become. That's right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. There's no doubting that.
Sorry.
That's also why I need to see him.
A little bit of a cough.
I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself.
Ow! I just had a
Time is
cough.
ticking.
Relax.
Let's go.
So, okay, hold on. I guess I don't play Genshin that often without music on. And I didn't realize it until the other day. But every time Xiao takes a step, he makes his mask makes a little rattling sound. And I didn't realize how much it drives me nuts until yesterday. Can you hear it? Drives me crazy. All the raw meat. So much meat. Where's the beef? Water, electro, and... Cool. Going in. Dive, dive, dive! This is where the court's supposed to take place? Do we die if we, Yeah, I think that... I think we can assume that's death.
Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kind of nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Oh, and then they put...
You'll be safe with me.
I know it's technically on the trial, so my order is wrong.
Hear my prayer. Nowhere to run.
What is all this, like, purple goop? Ew. Do you see that? It's like purple chewing gum. Hi, honey. You. You're leaving again? Oh, okay. How long are you gonna be gone this time? Oh, so I'm having dinner by myself too? Oh, okay. Bye. Bye. Bye, you too. Alright, Chad, I guess we're figuring out food by ourselves too.
These walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here?
You getting
Let's keep
dinner
going
with
and
your
see what
sister
we can
again?
find.
No. Not this time. Oh, the trial Cyno actually has their weapon. Whatever that little buff is. Oh! What's that gonna do?
Whoa, is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it?
There's a hole in the floor.
Either way, we should be careful.
Guess that's where we're going. Oh, it's getting kind of organic in here. Oh, no. Look at it. Ew. Now it's all squishy and purple. Break the pot? Nope. What the heck is this? This looks like the painting from the other guy. You know, the Yaimiko painting that we thought was so spooky? This looks like that painting. Ooh. Ooh. Purple glowing stairs. Don't mind if I do. Treasure back here. Oh. Oh, we're turning.
A passage! Hopefully that's our way in.
Okay. That mean our way out is closed? Yep, can't go back now. Alright.
That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
One here? No? Okay. Gonna keep flipping rooms. This one isn't doing anything. Oh, there's a button on the ceiling. Got it. Ah, okay.
You are now allowed to boot Mum Snoot.
Hey, Ball, thank you for the
Once.
follow. Welcome. Ooh. Oh, whoops. Well, hello. Papa?
Allow me.
Through me, justice is served.
Hi, Daniel. Welcome back.
Ah, Cyno. It's been some time since I've seen you last.
Oh,
I
what
trust
a
you are
voice.
doing well. Seeing
Hello.
that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new
Close
partners
my
now?
eyes and listen to this
That's
for now.
right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Pretty good day. You're doing well.
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later. When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die? Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. My son hated me till the day he died, and now I must live with that pain and regret. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him.
Oh my gosh, Zuan.
The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek. I'm so close, Cyno. If only you hadn't arrived now, I could already have...
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past. You cannot bring the dead back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
I kind of want to open the door.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish just this once?
I don't want to let him open the door.
Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
Come on, chat. Let me open the door.
There's no convincing you.
I want to open it.
All right, then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all.
I don't want to fight you. I want to open the door. Ow.
This power is mine.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, God. Okay, when do I get... Hold on. When do I get the hero that's able to summon animals like they are? Because this is the third NPC I've seen who's been able to summon like an animal. I want to summon cool animals like this and not just Booba.
As I thought.
Your strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power when I entered the Court of Desolation. This is only a taste of it.
Yeah, but
Once
that's
I
a
open
whole
the door
nother
behind
element.
me, this
This
power
is
will
just,
be complete.
just like a fighting
Even
type.
life and death will have
Just
no
give me one
grip
hero
on
that
me.
summons animals.
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy.
I won't let you open that door.
Hi, Tasha.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me.
Tasha, look,
now
it's
that
Taj.
you're injured. Or are you ready to sacrifice your life for this?
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line, just like now. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? You wanted me to be able to find you here. All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list. But you will not fool me. I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed, your fighting style wouldn't be as it was before.
Huh? What do you mean, Cyno?
He never planned on opening the door. His true intention was...
What's happening?
Uh-oh.
Seems our time is running short.
You're gonna destroy the
Let
place?
me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see his smiling face again. That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive organization. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless mora into secret research,
He's just gonna
even
blow the place up?
sacrificing lives in hopes that the Court of Desolation would appear.
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I came to my senses. I knew that I could not let myself go down that path. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out.
Debatable. People will still try to find it.
That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find and destroy this place. But that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the first place. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the academia. If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the academia alone.
Someone in there still working
So-
with them.
You pretended to be the one behind all this, as a test for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless, and making no compromise. Anyway, this place is collapsing. You must leave now.
Wait! Aren't you leaving too? There are still loads of bad guys to catch outside!
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn. You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? Risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. Let this be the final judgment on myself. I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Mortada, Send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
We should probably leave now. I think it's time to go.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
All right, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
Well, thanks for making me sad again, game. Right before raid. You never fail.
Huh? The Court of Desolation has...
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many disasters and tragedies. Being buried in quicksand is its rightful end. To them, as long as there's more to be made, they will disregard the Academia's rules. Whether it's the Court of Desolation or anything else.
Am I gonna stream my
Their
raid?
only goal is to make massive profits off
Probably
of
not.
dangerous research.
Our raids do
Taj
get
may
streamed
have set them
over
back with the
on
Court of
Pimpy's
Desolation.
channel. If you want to watch us raid, we're gonna do re-clears
It won't
tonight,
be
and
long
then
before
if we
they
make it, then
continue
we'll probably do
searching for another
some
target.
P8S prog. But raids do get streamed starting in about a half an hour over on Pimpy's channel.
That's an opportunity that I will not let them have.
We'll help too.
Thank you, but you've already done enough. Just leave the rest to me. I will bring them to justice myself. Besides, I promised you that I would sweep away any potential danger. So, that's what I'm going to do. Wait for me at Caravan Rebop 4 days from now.
Soothing callouts. Most soothing callouts in all of Crystal. I have to wait 4 days? Game! Stop doing this! 4 days! The clock doesn't even go that far! 4 days. Just do a time skip for me. Stop making me do it manually. Four days. All right, 1, 2 days. Hold, please. I just want to finish this quest before I have to go raid. I'll take Mams out. And that's you? Why have me do this? What's the point? Do people actually wait the in-game 4 days and like do other stuff while they wait for this quest to happen? Did they expect us to treat this like Animal Crossing, where if you time skip, then you're a heathen? Alright, it's been 4 days. Where am I going? I'm a proud heathen. That's, I mean...
We meet again. Thank you so much
That's
for
how
all
you
your
get
help.
weeds.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Rebot, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the Academia once they're cleared. The last few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end. At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, word is that someone crossed the desert and took out their main camp overnight. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the Academia. Everyone was on edge, and the case came to a standstill.
And? Then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Radkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the academia and arrested all the researchers on the list. Some of them managed to get out of the academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured all across Sumeru by the mysterious person who had defeated the mercenary groups. I even heard
it's the
that
cop
someone
who
was
was
about to escape
suspected
to
of being
Fontaine,
dirty,
but was still apprehended just at the border.
on the inside
Having
and
more than
collected
300
a
prisoners
list
apprehended for
and left a
interrogation has
legacy
definitely
behind.
shaken things up recently.
So that's the end
I've seen
of
this
it.
movie before.
Catching everyone on the list means no more smuggling canned knowledge and no more victims. It was
About
a
the guy
lot
and
of
his
work, but
daughter.
Paimon thinks we accomplished
We just
something
ignore that?
big.
We get to see that
That's
later?
right. Thanks again for your assistance. As for the mysterious person who hit the mercenary camp, that must be Cyno, right? He's the only one I can think of who could accomplish such a feat.
How's Cyno gonna get
Speaking of
enough
which,
money for
Have you
that
been in touch with Cyno
guy's
these days?
daughter?
I think I just saw him when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
Sure thing, Nibiel. You be careful too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime. Fair.
Oh, are they both over here?
Trying to single-handedly bring 300 people to justice must feel pretty exhilarating.
There they are.
But I can assure you this is certainly not the best solution.
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Murtada Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Desolation. Murtada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research that would seem groundbreaking and significant. After Murtada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks, toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests. This makes me angry.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time. If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days, but maybe you will and can help me collect more testing data.
Cyno! Tainari! Oh, so Tainari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you also here to see Cyno?
That's right. Cyno asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Semin.
Oh.
I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be
Tainari for
fine
help.
physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember.
Damn.
Cyno, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know? Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG? Kale has always been a little wary
Is
of
that
you,
their
and
card
your
game that
stern
they're coming out
expression
with that they
certainly
just
isn't
plugged
helping.
into the
How
storyline?
is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some
Did they just
improvement.
plug their own
She
card
still
game
made
into
many
this
mistakes on
quest?
her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her. Her condition seems to be improving lately, so I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Huh? You mean Kale is
I can't believe we just got product placement.
What happened?
We
I've
just
asked
got
her to
product
host some
placement in
ad
my
hoc
character
lectures
story
to teach
quest.
the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely. Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek after canned knowledge. So I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidya Forest. Take care.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case. so you can relax.
But what about you, Cyno?
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. His words were not empty. People do change, and no belief can completely resist the erosion of time. I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example, just as I gained courage from my own superiors, and my partner. I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know. There are many things I feel better about once I start to talk about them. Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj, but I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the Court of Desolation. One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation.
Alrighty, that was Cyno's story quest. That was pretty good. I like that one more than the Yaimiko one. I will be honest.